So this is GregTech New Horizons, which is a Minecraft mod pack that's supposed to take something like a couple thousand hours to complete. And I am about 5% done, and I wanted to show off my progress. So this is my base. It started off as a tiny little hole in the canyon here because I just had to avoid dying at night, and it just turned into my base. This ended up being a really nice location. I like the cliffs here. The river here was a really nice source of clay, which is needed in large quantities in the early game, and it has a 90% humidity, which means that water is easy to acquire here. So this ended up being a really nice location. I'm just about to finish the Steam Age, and the idea here is that I wanted to sort of fully explore the Steam Age before moving on to the next age. So the most prominent part of my base is probably this 16-layer cactus farm. This cactus farm, there's nothing GregTechy about it. It's just your normal Minecraft cactus farm. So I used these temple blocks. I really like the color, and I like the sort of imperfections in the brick design. I thought that was pretty cool. So anyway, what this cactus farm ends up doing is powering the base. If we go down here into the main part of the base, it all runs down here into this hopper here, and then this item pipe takes it to these coke ovens, which ends up producing cactus coal and then cactus coke, and then that cactus coke goes into these boilers. So that cactus farm ends up powering 2,100 liters per second of steam into this huge steam tank. So yeah, that's the primary way that this base gets powered. I have these hoppers here to clear the ashes out. So this is all fully automatic until this barrel fills up. Oh, I touched the pipes. The pipes are too hot. I touched the pipes. Over here is where that water is coming from, in this sort of water tower thing. I need the water tower to be out there because that's where the higher humidity is. Yeah, it probably would have been better to just do charcoal because, as I found out later, charcoal, while you can't automate it in the Steam Age, it's so easy to acquire with this rainforest oak. Yeah, these trees are fucking overpowered. Like, it takes so little time to collect so much wood. Boop. I can just spend so little time and gather like enough wood for the next 10 hours probably. Anyway, so yeah, I've got these coke ovens burning these rainforest oak logs, and actually I'm probably going to get pollution. Yeah, I'm getting pollution by standing over here, so it's time to put on the hazmat suit. Alright, now I'm protected from pollution. Yeah, so I have 10 coke ovens over here, and they all automatically output into these item pipes, which go over here to the steam compressor, which is automatically compressing the charcoal into blocks of charcoal. And over here I have my bricked blast furnaces. I have 4 bricked blast furnaces making steel, which is causing a lot of pollution. These can't be automated, but I do at least always have charcoal over here for when I need to refill them. I did not realize until I set this up that charcoal actually makes steel slower than cactus coke. You can see that this is taking a whole fucking hour to make 10 steel. The cactus coke, I believe, oh, that's not right. Yeah, only 2,400 seconds. So it's quite a bit faster to use cactus coke. And actually, I was originally planning to make this tower fuel my blast furnaces as well as the steam. But, I mean, I would have had to make it so huge. I mean, it just wouldn't have been worth it. These coke ovens are set up with this redstone clock thing here so that they send out a pulse every second to do these smeltery faucets. Those smeltery faucets drain into this wooden pipe, And this all goes over to this huge, but not quite as huge as the steam tank, creosote tank. And then this creosote, which I had to run all the way over here and all the way through here. Why did that not damage me? Wait a second. Does hazmat suit mean you can step on the steam pipes? I can touch the pipes. It's fine to touch the pipes. I had no idea. Yes, the creosote goes all the way over here to this boiler. We go up and look at that. And this is a Railcraft multi-block boiler. This is a low pressure boiler tank. It should be roughly the right size to use up all of the creosote that's produced by all of the coke ovens, assuming I have them all running. This is mostly here to make sure that I don't fill up on creosote and then all of my coke ovens stop. For a steam base, I really like the idea of just having these steam pipes running everywhere, just out in the open in the base. I like the bronze look. So over here I have all my steam machines. I've got my steam extractor, I've got my steam compressor, the forge hammer, and I've got 2 alloy smelters because I found that that was the main bottleneck. So here I have my multi-block steam grinder. This thing is so good, at least for where I'm at in the progression right now. Since I made this, I've pretty much never run into bottlenecks of waiting for ores to grind up to use them. And same with this steam oven, which is quite expensive in terms of steel. But yeah, since I made this, I just haven't, oh my god, I'm almost full here. And then over here I have my smelteries. I actually have 2 smelteries. Yeah, this smeltery is separate because this faucet should go into this pipe until it's out of molten glass here. And I found that if there were other things in the smeltery, it would then start pouring that out too, which of course I don't want. So I turned this into a separate smeltery, and this is my smeltery, which has a bunch of junk in it. It just seemed nice to keep them separate like this. And then over here I have my storage room. It is semi-organized. I mean, that's mostly ores. That's a pretty organized chest right there. That's all coins and loot bags. That's just a few more ore. Okay, now we're going off the rails here. That is not. Oh, that's pretty organized. That's mostly wood stuff. What is this? Mostly blocks. Okay, don't know what that chest is. Okay, I'm losing it. Okay. I chose to use barrels instead of drawers because I just like that they tell you on the barrel how much is in them. When mining out this mesa, I've been keeping most of the hardened clay blocks. I don't know why I'm doing that. I have no idea what I'm going to do with 161 stacks of, what is this, light gray clay? But I just like collecting things, so it's there. And here I have my checklist. This is a list of some of the things that I wanted to do before making this video. Over here I have my completely disorganized crafting area. This work table, when manually crafting, you have to make so many of these, especially like files and saws. Everything has just been so much faster since I made this work table that just has the recipes for all of the tools here. I just like, I need a file, oh, make a file. And then put it into my main crafting table over here. I really liked this, I really liked the purple of the obsidian blocks here, but using obsidian for floor meant I had to collect obsidian. I was hoping that collecting obsidian would be faster if we could just do something like this, and then with the hammer, you know, mine the middle block that's not obsidian but much faster, and then you collect the obsidian too, but that didn't end up working, so yeah, I just gave up on making the whole floor obsidian. For lighting, I really don't like, I mean, I've got some loose torches here and there, but I really don't like the look of having torches everywhere. Initially, I was using these glowstone nooks. So with forge microblocks, you can take a saw, and you can just chop a block up until it's tiny. And so with glowstone you can make really tiny blocks that still provide glowstone level light. So I was planning on using that instead of torches, but then I realized that with Architecture Craft Workbench, you can actually just make any block a light block just like that, just by using it on the workbench. So that's pretty cool. I ended up making some of these obsidian blocks, light blocks, and then like in here, I was using these ornate marble blocks as light blocks as well. So that makes it look a lot nicer in here without all the torches. Up here, I have no idea why I made this room. Okay, who put this here? Well, this is my kitchen, complete with a grass block. I really haven't like made any food. Like, I've pretty much been living off just food from completing quests and from exploring. So I haven't even really used this kitchen yet. I like this spot because you can sort of overlook the whole base. I really like this factory block, this sort of gold-edged variant for, especially, I feel like it goes really well with the bronze pipes that sort of dominate the look of the Steam Age stuff. Down here I have my mining area. This pickaxe has been upgraded enough so that it instant mines. The first time I tried this mod pack, I did not realize that you could put redstone on your pickaxes more than once. Since it instant mines, I've barely used this hammer really because like it's just always faster to use the pickaxe. I think that's pretty much all there is to show. Up here, I'm planning on putting more solar boilers here. You need a bunch of silver to make those, and I know that I'm going to get more silver later. But this is where a bunch more steam production is going to go. I'm going into this mod pack. I have played it before, but I've basically reached as far as I got last time. So whatever's coming next, I don't really know how to do it yet, and it'll be fun to figure out. I'm going to try to avoid looking stuff up and try to do it as much in my own way as possible. So I'm planning on making another one of these videos once I have completed my post tier 1 low voltage base. Actually, speaking of which, I believe it is time to finally advance tiers. I've got all the stuff here, and here we go.